Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Marissa Monroy. That's a wrap. Austin City Council approved a $5.5 billion budget for fiscal year 2023-2024. The budget funds a range of local priorities, including affordability, homelessness, public safety, quality of life, and resiliency. Some highlights: $87 million toward affordable housing, nearly $81 million for homelessness response efforts, $6 million in one-time funding to help equip city facilities with generators, and $2.7 million to enhance security and cleanliness at parks, library branches, public health clinics, and the animal shelter. While the overall tax rate will decrease, due to rising property values, the typical Austin homeowner may still see an increase in their tax bill. Also, some city rates and fees will increase in response to escalating operation costs and service demands from a growing population. For more details, head to austintexas.gov/budget. Record-breaking heat and dry weather have increased our risk for wildfires. The City of Austin and Travis County issued a disaster declaration to make it easier and faster to provide emergency response.
A disaster declaration helps us to be further prepared in the event of a wildfire and in the event of wildfire damage. It allows us to be able to move quickly to access necessary resources to help in any recovery.
The most important thing we can do to prevent a wildfire from happening in the first place is to prepare. Keep an eye on anything that can cause a spark. The grass, brush, and other vegetation are incredibly dry right now. Make a plan ahead of time in case you need to evacuate. Check on friends and family, especially our older community members or those who may be more vulnerable. And finally, anyone with a disability should register for the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry, which can help with resources. For more information on disaster preparation, including access to the Ready, Set, Go Wildfire Action Guide, visit readycentraltexas.org. There is one more way to help beat the heat. Amid our record-setting temperatures, access to all city pools, with the exception of Barton Springs, will be free through September 30th. The Parks and Recreation Department also announced 6 pools typically open on a seasonal basis will remain open through late September. Visit austintexas.gov/pools-splash pads for a list and map of Austin pools and splash pads. The City of Austin's Office of Sustainability wants to know, what does a bright green future look like to you? They're accepting applications now through September 22nd for the Bright Green Future Grants Program, a competitive program that provides funding of up to $3,000 for school-based sustainability projects. From beekeeping classes to pollinator murals, bike rodeos to tree plantings, Bright Green Future grants support campus-based projects that help students commit to a lifetime of sustainability. Here's a look at one of our recent grant recipients.
Okay, one more minute. Gracias, Jan. So this is a pre-K3 classroom. Students have to be 36 months old to come into the program. Why do we come to this school? To love each other. Sanomo is very aware, and it's a beautiful little community with a lot of great green practices. But I realized that we didn't have trash bins with compartments. So students weren't able to throw their compost, in the proper bin. ¿Quién se viene a sentar al círculo rápido? We got 33 compartment trash cans for all the classrooms and the common areas. Estoy esperando a mis amigos, ven a sentarte. So we can composting, throw our trash, and recycling on those trash cans. So we got this bucket with wheels, and instead of just throwing all the meal cardboards in the cartons in the trash can, we make sure that we empty them so they see the amount of trash that we can reduce, so we don't throw it together. I love to teach by showing what are the results of our actions. And so when they see the bucket full of milk, it's like, wow, look at the amount of milk that we're throwing away. How about we drink it? Or we choose not to open a milk because we don't feel like. Our kids do the composting, trash, and recycling every day. We don't throw any plastic, and they have done it since the beginning of the school year. So we wash them and we reuse them for different activities. And all the paper that are meant to be thrown after breakfast, we keep it and we work on fine motor skills by cutting, using it as art material for our art center. And that's another thing that I do a lot, is that vision of two-generation approach. I am working with the students, but the students are gonna go home and now they're gonna start asking, hey, where do I throw these, for example, at home? So that will bring an awareness. I'm waiting for my friends. The process was fairly easy, the communication was great, and the results were amazing. How will you choose to reuse a garbage cylinder? Bringing that awareness and integrate all those practices, so it's not something that we do outside our lives, but we just, it comes very natural. That's how I see our green, bright future.
Learn more about the program and how to apply at austintexas.gov/brightgreenfuture. And now we leave you with the sights and sounds from the Party at the People's House, which recently took place at City Hall as part of the We All Belong citywide anti-hate initiative. Stay well, Austin.